Hey guys, it's Jason back again, just like I told you I would. Gonna do my review for Crimson Peak. Like I said yesterday, I finally had a chance to sit and watch the movie. Um, Huge Del Toro fan. I love a lot of his movies. Pan's Labyrinth, obviously, is one of his best. Pacific Rim, I actually am probably one of the few that really enjoyed that movie. Of course, you have his Hellboy movies, which were great movies. So couple other ones, Blade 2, I think he did one of the Mimic movies, but huge fan of his, so I was really excited when I first heard about this movie. Saw the first trailers, everything. I really wanted to see this movie. Didn't get a chance to see it in theaters. Didn't have a lot of time to go see movies at that point, so came out on DVD, bought it. Finally got a chance to sit and watch it over this past week. So Uh, in typical Del Toro fashion, it's a beautifully done movie. Atmosphere is wonderful. The colors are great. You have the house, which is this very dark coloring in the lighting and the way the house looks, but also mixed with some very vibrant colors. So, movie looks absolutely amazing. And the actors in the movie, you got Tom Hiddleston's in it, who's amazing like always. Jessica Chastain, who up until recently I'd never really heard of, but I'm becoming a fan of. Um, and then you have I can't remember her name, the girl that was in Alice in Wonderland that played Alice. Um, she's a big hit or miss in this movie. Some scenes, she's great, wonderful. Then the very next scene, she overacts ridiculously. There was one scene in particular, she just gets up from having some nightmare, and she is just awful. It's just I'm sitting here watching. I'm telling the screen, tone it down, lady, tone it down. All right, you're okay. It's a movie. You can act. Um, Everything else great. Like I said, Tom Hiddleston's awesome. Jessica Chastain's awesome. She's hit or miss. Um, the the story to the movie is great up until the end. The ending's just ugh. Um, Basically the whole point of the movie, you got Tom Hiddleston is at the start of the movie. He comes to New York City. It's like the late mid 1800s, and he's coming to New York City to get funding to build a machine to help his family out. His family name, because they apparently make bricks. Whatever. Um, and that's where he meets Mia, the character or the actress. For life of me, I can't remember the character's name right now, but they fall in love, move to move to England. Houses, she sees ghosts. Shocker! It's a Del Toro movie. What do you expect? There's going to be supernatural stuff in it. And the movie is very suspenseful, very much a thriller. In everything that happens in this movie is building up to a huge finale. Like, holy crap, we're going to find out what's going on. Tom Hiddleston's character and Jessica Chastain's character in the movie are presented as brother and sister, but there's something else going on. You know it. You know whether it's they're not brother and sister or something. Something's going on between the two. You see it from the very first time they're on screen together. And you find out at the end what that is. And I'm not going to spoil it because, I think plenty of people do need to watch this movie. But it completely took me out of the movie when you find out what happened. I mean, a complete withdrawal from the movie. I watched the movie with my wife. We sat and watched it. She was okay with it. She thought it was good. The way it worked together. She was like, oh, okay, that's nice. For me, it was just awful. It completely took me out of the movie. It made sense for the movie, but out of all the possible endings they could have chosen, this is what they went with? Really? This is how you end your movie? With this kind of a big deal? It took me out. Up until that point, though, I was hooked on this movie. I can't tell anybody that enough. It's one of those movies. Did the ending ruin the movie for me? No, by no stretch of the imagination. Because everything up until that point, and even the little bits at the very end of the movie after the big reveal, were still good. There were still some good parts after the big reveal, but the big reveal just was not good. I mean, I love Del Toro. I think he's a great director. I want to see him in more movies. Really waiting for Pacific Rim 2. Come on, get to it. Um, but this was a good movie. It really was. It's worth watching. If anything, especially if you're a fan of Del Toro's work, the way he does his movies, just look at some of his past work. And this movie is very much in the similar vein. But the ending was just not good. I wanted to like it. I really wanted to like the ending because I really want to give this a high score because I love Del Toro's movies. But the ending just took me out of it so bad, and like I was saying earlier, the actress's overacting at some points of the movie took me out of it. Um, so as much as I'd love to give it a high score, I just can't. I give the movie 3 out of 5 stars. Very atmospheric movie, like anything Del Toro does, but just that ending and the overacting was just oof. So rent it, Redbox it, VOD it if that's what you want to do. It's worth watching. Maybe not worth a buy, depending on how your feelings are on the way Del Toro does his movies. Like I said, I'm a huge fan, so I went out and bought it right away. Still would probably say it was worth buying. It was enjoyable. Um, but I can understand why some people wouldn't. But definitely go check it out if you're a Del Toro fan. If you're not, if you have no idea who I'm talking about, go look up some of his other movies. Definitely look at Pan's Labyrinth. That movie was absolutely amazing. Um, but in terms of Crimson Peak, 3 out of 5 stars. Go see it on VOD or something. It's probably not worth the average person spending $20 to go buy it on Blu-ray. But you never know. You might end up liking it too, and you end up buying it. But that's my thoughts on it. 3 out of 5 stars. Great, great atmosphere. Great look to the movie. Ending definitely needed to be changed. That just they could have come up with any number of possibilities. I mean, hell, they even hint at possibilities that would have made a better ending than what you get, and it it took me out of the movie. So, one thing I'll never do is I'll never deter somebody from seeing a movie ever. If a movie looks good to you, go watch it. You might love it where I don't. I said this when I did my Batman v Superman review. I thought it was an awful movie. I thought it was awful. I gave it a 1 out of 5. But I know people that love the movie, and that's fine. Movies are subjective. Everybody's different. So go see it. Crimson Peak, watch it if it's a movie you're interested in. If you saw the trailers, you think it looks good, watch it. I did. I wanted to watch this movie because I thought the trailers were great. So there's my review for Crimson Peak. I have no idea what I'll be reviewing next. Just depends on what I finally get a chance to sit and watch. Um, I know this weekend I'm really, really wanting to go see The Jungle Book. It looks amazing. I've heard nothing but good stuff about it, so I'm hoping maybe Sunday I'll end up seeing The Jungle Book. So you'll probably get a review of The Jungle Book from me then. But until then,